Penguin Audio presents Wives Behaving Badly by Elizabeth Buchan. Read by Justine Eyre. We will now discuss in a little more detail the struggle for existence. Charles Darwin, The Origin of Species. How it began. On my wedding day, I got dressed in a full red silk skirt and a black jacket to hide my 10-week pregnant figure. For considerable time, I hovered in front of the mirror in the cramped bedroom of my flat, fiddling with the lie of the skirt, adjusting my makeup, and wishing I could wear high heels, but pregnancy made my feet hurt. I think I was trying to persuade myself of my imminent status. Mrs. Lloyd. The mirror reflected my lips shaping the words, but, of course, what I saw was the distortion. What I really, truly saw in the mirror was the second Mrs. Lloyd. Nathan hailed a taxi, and we sailed off to the registry office. He had chosen his dark grey office suit, and had cut his hair too short, which I disliked. It made him appear unfinished, and not the worldly, sophisticated man that I rated, and, since he had lost weight, underfed. He did not seem particularly happy. "You could look a little, please," I remarked from my side of the taxi. To his credit, his face cleared. "Sorry, darling, I was thinking of something else." I watched a cyclist weaving suicidally in and out of the traffic. "We're on our way to our wedding, and you are thinking of something else." "Hey." Nathan reached over and captured one of my hands, which were permanently hot, another little pregnancy joke. "There's no need to worry, I promise." I believed him, but I wanted to drive the point home. "This is our special day." He gave me one of his strong man's smiles. "Everything is fine, and I promise I'm thinking of you." I nipped the flesh of his palm between my fingers. Well, here's a shock. The bridegroom is thinking about the bride. Nathan had specified casual to the guests, who were 8 altogether. No fuss, he said, no fireworks. He'd been anxious not to make a big deal of the day. "You do understand?" he asked me more than once, which irritated me. On the other hand, since I was pregnant and, as it turned out, without a job, my negotiating position was limited. When we arrived, Nathan seemed transfixed by the ugly stone office block which housed the registry. Inside, there was an anteroom adorned with fake paneling, crude gilding, and a stand of plastic flowers in hideous pinks and blues that no one had dusted. As we filed in, Paige rushed up behind us. She was still working at the bank then, and wore a beige suit and white blouse. There was a lick of grime on the lapel. "You look great, Minty." She hefted a briefcase that bulged with papers from one hand to the other. "You did say not to dress up, and I've just dashed out of a meeting." "Yes." She peered at me. "Oh my God, you did want me to dress up." I could only stare back at her, mute and uncomprehending, for so help me, I did. I wanted Paige to be in her best Alexander McQueen and a hat that shrieked occasion. After all, and after everything, I craved silk and tulle, a flash of diamonds in the ear, the hiss of champagne, the scent of expensive flowers, and the welling up of emotion and excitement, of the kind that stirs the guest to stand on metaphorical tiptoe, united for a moment by unselfish kindness and by the yearning to start all over again themselves. Paige frowned. "Where's your bouquet, Minty?" "I don't have one." "Right," said Paige, and you could not fault her. "Hold on." She thrust her briefcase into my hand and disappeared. Nathan beckoned me to a group in which his eldest children, Sam and Poppy, and their spouses, Jilly and Richard, were talking to Peter and Caroline Shaker. Poppy was in black, and Jilly was markedly pregnant in a denim smock that needed a press. Only Caroline had made an effort, in a glaringly bright red dress and a white jacket. Sam did not quite meet my eye. "Hello, Minty." Jilly made more of an effort and pecked at my cheek. Her long, silky hair brushed against my cheek. It smelled of shampoo and wholesome things. "How are you feeling?" she whispered meaningfully, one pregnant woman to another. "Fine. Very little different, apart from very hot hands and feet that hurt."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?